everybody, I am the Tone King. I am coming from you live from the Tone Lounge. Gonna give you one of these bad boys right here. Anyway, so we're looking at the Laney LA30BL and the Black Country Customs TI Boost, Tony Iommi Boost. I thought about playing some Sabbath, but I'm not going to because this is not an SG, doesn't have P90s, so I feel like we're missing a major component of that sound, and we'll be chasing something that we can't really pull off anyway without having all the components. These are not 9-gauge strings. I am tuned to C sharp standard, but humbuckers P90s, I feel like it's not going to be correct. So I thought we'd just focus on this amp and this pedal combined and see some tones we can get that may not actually be playing Sabbath riffs, because it's a killer amp on its own right. Not very versatile. No effects loop. You can do 16/8, 4 ohm speaker outs on the back, and that's it for the back. The front, you have 4 input jacks. You have a high and a low output. So you have a high-low bass and a high-low treble. Presence, bass, mid, treble, and gain. There is no volume. I use attenuators over here as a form of volume. Even the knobs, like the tweaking of the EQ, is not overly responsive. It doesn't change a whole lot, but it changes enough to do some really cool things. So let's just get right into it. Right now we have it, the gain's on 4, trebles 6, middle 6, bass is at 3, presence at 5, pedals off. Also, the reverb and speaker simulation is all coming from 2 notes wall of sound. So I'm also using the Laney matching cab IR that would actually go with this amp. So those 3 things are all meant to sound well together: the pedal, the amp, and the cab. I'm also jumpering the low input from the treble into the high input of the bass and running into the treble. And basically what that does is when you're going, well, let's say you're going into the bass input, right? It's not adding more bass, it's just cutting back treble. And if you're going into the treble input, it's not adding more treble, it's cutting some of the bass. Like, they're very similar. The jumping, of course, gives you a little bit more gain, and it gets you both at the same time. It's just gooses it a little bit, guns it a little bit more. Let's dial the gain up some. We're about 7, 7.5. And that's what I think is really killer about this amp is the kind of growl you get. It has like a lot of really cool bite to it. So we've gained all the gain. We've dimed all the gain. Then again, we will dime the treble. I kind of dig where the mids sit on this amp. It has a really nice bite to it. Dimed the mids. Dime the presence. It's a little bit of noise when you do that. I don't know if that's part of this amp or if mine's faulty, but and now we've dimed the bass. We'll take the bass all the way out. Doing that really tightens the amp up a lot. We'll kind of get it back similar to how we had it set in the beginning, except we're going to take the gain down to 2. So you could use it as a clean amp if you wanted to. So let's bring the Black Country Customs in now that we're doing clean amp mode. We're going to set the pedal at the what's considered flat. There is a notch on your high and low that you can feel it like an indent, and that's considered the flat response. Same thing with the mids. There's a mid toggle. When you put that in the center, that's flat. So this would be kind of like the stock setting of the pedal on top of the amp. And then the gain is dimed and the volume is almost dimed. Put the mids in the upper position. The lower position. I'll just chug along on an E string or something and switch between those 3 positions so you can hear it better. We'll start in the upper position. Mid. Lower. I kind of hear that Iommi in it. Yeah, I kind of hear that Tony. Sort of like the sound he would have on his solo notes. Alright, so with the pedal and the amp engaged with the amp gain around 4, it's really responsive and dynamic with your guitar's volume knob. We have the volume back down on our guitar right now. The last thing I thought we'd check out is this pedal seems to push quite a lot of signal through versus some other pedals like the Boss SD1. So when you're trying to run a delay in front of the amp after your dirt, this one is very it's pushing it a lot more than say a Boss. So we'll turn the delay on, we'll listen to it with this pedal on, and then we're going to kick on the SD1 so you can hear how the SD1 reacts with the delay in this amp versus the Black Country Customs. Alright, so we got the DD3 on, and so is the Black Country Customs. Alright, so that's the DD3T and the Black Country Customs. Actually, let's try the DD3 strictly on the amp. You can hear how little volume we have on the delay with just the amp, because we have to really dial it back when you're using a pedal. So, but that's part of running one in front of an amp. Let's bring the gain up some. Gain all the way up. Alright, so as you can tell, delays will work in front of the amp to a degree. Now we're going to do the SD1 and the same delay. Yeah, so you can tell it pushes a lot more signal through. Again, that could be a good thing for you, or could not be. Depends on your setup and what you're trying to do. But I really dig this combination, and just the overall look of it is, it's like, it's a Class C killer, like just badass look. It makes you want to play. And it sits well with the Friedmans. They look nice together. So anyway, this has been the Laney Sound, Laney Black Country Customs LA30BL, and the Black Country Customs Laney TI Treble Boost. So if you would, like, subscribe, click the bell so you can get notifications, leave a comment down below, and let me know what your thoughts are on the Laney amp, or amps without an effects loop in general. Do you like them? Do you not like them? And how do you deal with it when it comes to your modulation effects? And I'll see you guys next time.